Hi guys, how's everybody doing? This is Nico. I don't know if he's gonna say hi or not, but he's kind of gonna watch. I don't know. No, you want to go? He wants to go, so we're gonna have him go. Hey everybody. So this is like my first live with the dog, or puppy I should say. So we're gonna see how this goes tonight. He's learning. Thank you, Linda. I know he's just such a little love bug right now, but he's getting to that point where he's getting comfortable. So now he's starting to test me a little bit. But he's good. Basically, very smart. He's doing lots of tricks. He'll sit, he'll lay down, he'll give kisses. He likes to play fetch. And he's very specific when he wants you to roll the ball or when he just wants you to kind of play with it. So, anyways. Let's see how many people are watching. Well, I'm just going to give it another minute or so for a couple people more to sign on, because I know there's people who signed up who aren't on yet. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So I'm going to get started because I think some of you that are on here had your name on the list. So let's start with, I want to start with Amy. Lustrina Bro. I don't know if you're on yet, Amy, but I know you mentioned that there was a loss for you. But I feel like this is kind of a significant loss. I feel like this is something that is kind of, it's weighing on you. So I was trying to understand what the relationship was. So I feel like this person was important to you for some reason. They were kind of giving you, I want to say there was this connection, like a friendship. I keep hearing the word input. So I feel like there was a lot of, what's the word? Not input, but a conversation, a lot of advice giving between the two of you. You know, but you have to remember that you're still here in the physical world, because I feel like this has hit you for some reason. Okay, whether it hit close to home or something, but you have to realize you're still here. And although we grieve for our loved ones, you know, we always get the same, not the same message, but the message is always very similar. I love you. I care about you. I'm okay where I am. You're still there. Please keep going on. So I feel like in honor of this person, you should do something that continues their memory, because I feel like there's some kind of a connection there and some kind of a memory that you need to carry forward for this person. And I'm not sure who was she calling Pumpkin. Like she had nicknames for everybody. It felt like she would say like, okay, Pumpkin, or okay, honey. So let me do this. Let me cross Amy off. Amy, let me know if that resonates with you. But I really felt like I needed to say that to you tonight. Let's do, let me go down. Let me see. I think I saw Paige Elaine was signed on. So, Paige, I was getting for you, you know, she can't do any more than she's doing. Because I feel like there's this expectation for you from people that you need to just keep doing more and more. And I feel like this is, you know, for you, you feel like, you know, like you have to produce, right? You have to show up and you have to keep doing more. But I want you to kind of look beyond everything that's happening and think about how this is impacting you, right? Because you always feel like you have to do more. I have to do more for this person. There's a big change coming for you, and I think it's going to be positive, but it's going to require your attention on yourself. So you're going to have to be able to say to people, you know what, no, I can't do any more than I've already done. I'm stepping back a little bit, and it's okay to do that, right? It's okay to be able to take a step back and concentrate on the things that you need to, because this is important. Whatever's coming for you, this is like a really positive situation that's coming for you. So Paige, I see that you understand what I'm talking about. She's saying yes, thank you. But I want you to be able to do that, okay, hon? And if I can help you in any way, if you need to sort stuff out, whatever, please feel free to reach out to me. But I felt it was really important to tell you that, okay? Let's see, we did Paige. And by the way, Paige, you're going to be great. You're going to be great at it. Let me do, I'm trying to look at my list here. Let's do Lisa Flaherty. Lisa, I hope you're watching. Let me see what I'm getting for you. So I was getting, yeah. Lisa, you're always kind of taking on everything, right? So I know this is going to sound stupid, but I keep hearing like you're the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. I don't know why I heard that. So maybe it makes sense to you, but I'm just laughing because it's like you do everything. So, and everybody kind of expects it from you. But I need you to understand that it's okay to let other people take over the small stuff. You're so used to handling everything, right down to the little, every last detail. You need to be able to trust people, okay? And I mean just trusting that they know how to do something, or trusting that they understand what needs to be done, okay? And I know that's hard to do sometimes because, you know, we think sometimes, well, I already know what I'm doing. It's just easier if I do it. Or if I don't do it, it's not going to be done the same way. Remember, we talk about this. There's a million ways to do dishes, and not one of them is the only way, right? As long as it gets done, that's what counts. As long as we get to the goal, as long as what needs to get done gets done, it doesn't really matter how we get there, as long as we do it, right? Okay, so that's, can you say hi? Say hi. No? Nico. This is Nico, everybody. So, trying to keep him at bay because he's all over the place. All right. So we got Lisa. How about let's do Kathleen Holland. So Kathleen, I was getting, you know, wow. It's okay for you to slow down. It's okay to say, you know, hey, I need to slow down a little bit, because I feel like you've been going nonstop. And it's just going to get worse with the holidays coming. There's going to be all this stuff going on for you. So as if you're not doing enough now, you're going to have more to do. But I don't want you to feel burnt out either, right? So it's important that you take some time to do what you want to do, okay? You know, we don't always make the best decisions when we're in a rush, right? And I totally get it, because all of a sudden now, you know, I have to be here at 8 o'clock. I have to go there. So do I have time for breakfast? No, I'm going to grab something for breakfast. Do I have time to make coffee? No, I don't have time to make coffee. So I'm going to grab a coffee on the way. And so maybe they're using heavy cream, and I usually like to drink light cream. You know, all these little things that we start to do, right? Because we're trying to survive and get through the day. And all those little things, they'll start to add up, and we start not quite feeling like ourselves. So I want you to find a way to take care of yourself and do the things that you need to do, so that you keep feeling good and are able to keep doing these things that you're doing, because you're just like nonstop. You're nonstop. I don't know how you do it. Okay, let's do, I'm trying to see who else signed on. Okay, we have some people. Was Elaine on here? Elaine Toposky Wages? I don't know if you're on, Elaine. I hope you're on. So Elaine, I keep getting that there's, it was funny because something like this came up earlier tonight with one of the, in our mentor session. I keep getting like the back and forth, right? So I can take that a couple of different ways, right? So I could take it that you're just kind of going back and forth, not really knowing what you're doing or where you're going, because you're going nonstop. I also could take it as back and forth, something that's kind of repetitive for you. So I kind of need your help to understand that, but I want to go a little bit deeper, and maybe we'll be able to figure that out. I get that this is the time where there needs to be some honesty. And not to keep hiding your feelings. And again, this isn't like necessarily negative, but I feel like there's a lot of things that maybe you just kind of bite your tongue, or you just say, oh, I'm not gonna make a big deal about that. And hey, absolutely, we pick and choose our battles, right? We pick and choose our battles because some things are just not worth us fighting over. But every time we do that, right? Every time we take that little hit, you know, I always call it, um, it's just like, if I can explain it as, you know, like maybe the first time somebody does something to you, it's like, okay, you know, but then the second time, a little bit more, right? And then the third time, it's like, oh my God, this is just, I can't do this anymore. So I feel like that's kind of what is happening every time you let something kind of go by, okay? And I don't want you to get to that point. I want you to be honest. I want you to talk with the person about the situation and kind of sort it out with them. And just remember that sometimes the things that we think are negative, right? Sometimes we think something that happens to us has a negative outcome. Sometimes it's not a negative outcome. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. And sometimes it takes us a while to get to the point where we realize that that's what has happened, okay? Sometimes the universe just kind of kicks us and pushes us where we need to be. And at first we're like, oh my God, like what is happening? Why did this happen to me? But then maybe a few weeks later, as we're looking at it, we're like, wow, you know what? Thank God I didn't have to, you know, thank God that I got, you know, pushed out of that job, because I couldn't have done 60 hours a week that everybody's doing now, or, you know, whatever it is. But sometimes it takes a while for us to get to that point where we can look at the negative as like a blessing in disguise. So I think the takeaway message for you is to kind of take a breath. Don't let your impatience cause you to do anything that you're going to regret later. And then just, you know, keep in mind that your spirit is telling you to move on with things. So it's up to you to decide how that needs to be done. Okay? Let's see. Let's do, I see people signing on. I'm trying to get people who are signed on, because I know sometimes people watch after the fact, and it's, you know, it's hard for people. I like to get the people who are watching. Anyways, long story short, I am hyped up on caffeine right now. Okay. Who did I say? Let's do Linda Cazell. Linda, I was getting like up and down for you, up and down. So I feel like there's been a lot of up and down in, I want to say, in your emotions, because I feel like you've been, you know, there's been like this calm, and then all of a sudden it's up and then down, and I feel like you've been riding the storms out very well. I think you're at this point where you're like, okay, enough is enough. But I think to get that kind of settled, there's some decisions you have to make that maybe you weren't ready to make before. Okay. And so now's the time when you have to, you know, say, okay, look, I can't do this up and down anymore. So I'm going to take and I'm going to look at what needs to be done, and I'm going to make those decisions. And then I'm going to go forward and do them. Right? I'm going to take those steps that I need to do. You know, I don't want you to be afraid of change either, because this is going to require some change on your part. So I don't want you to be afraid of that. I want you to embrace the change and look at the positives that are going to come out of this, okay? Because there are going to be a lot of positives that come out of this. I feel like you've been stuck for a while. So this movement forward is going to be very freeing for you. Okay? So that was Linda. Let's see. Who else is on here? Let's do Vanessa. Vanessa Glon. Vanessa, I was getting flowers all around. And like this beautiful smell of flowers. So I'm not sure where this is coming in for you, but it feels like somebody's giving these flowers to you. Almost like I keep hearing like a breath of fresh air. This is like a breath of fresh air for you. So I think maybe there's been a change for you, and it's been somebody that has come into your life that has been like a breath of fresh air for you. And I want you to take the time to enjoy this period, because it feels to me like it's been a while since you have, obviously, because now I'm hearing, you know, it's like a breath of fresh air. There's been this period of time for you where it's just been kind of like one thing after another, right? So now there's this situation or person that's come in, and you're like, wow, this is like, I forgot what this felt like. So I want you to enjoy it. I want you to enjoy that and trust that feeling. Yeah. The other part of that, though, is I'm getting, I'm trying to think how to say this. The other part of that is that I want you to, I'm sorry, I apologize. I kind of lost my train of thought. Because I want you to enjoy that time, but I also want you to be careful. And I wanted to word that differently because I want you to be aware and not let yourself get into a repetitive cycle, so to speak. Okay, so I think you understand what I mean by that. So just keep that in mind, that yes, you're going to enjoy this time, but you're also going to make sure you don't enter into some kind of a repetitive cycle for yourself, because then that's where things start to go south. Okay? And let's see who else is on here. Oh, thank you, Doris. Yes, I am feeling much better. Thank you. And this little munchkin, I'm sorry, he's like at my feet constantly, but this is Nico, everybody, for those of you who hadn't seen him yet. And he's just into everything. Okay, go ahead. Go play. Okay. Who was I doing? Okay, let's do Tammy Knipe. I don't know if you're on here yet, hon. So Tammy, I was getting, I feel like this is definitely a male energy around you, and I feel like this is probably, this has to be your brother. This feels like your brother. But he's been very active for you lately, right? It feels like he's been very active for you. And I feel like there's this feeling that he needs to be near you right now. He talks about his heart, and I know we talked before, and so I kind of have an idea that, I think we talked about his heart before. But he's talking about it in a different sense. He's talking about his heart being full. His heart is full. And so I think what he's trying to say is that his heart is full of love and full for, I believe there's some good things happening for you. So he's feeling good about what's going on in your life right now. And we know that, right? He's always looking out for you. And he's always like, making sure that things are good. He keeps pushing you forward, though. And the thing I'm trying to understand is like he keeps going like this, like he's pushing you forward. But what's holding you back? Because you keep going backwards. It's like he's like, I keep pushing her, but she keeps going backwards. So it's like this push and pull between you and your brother. And it just feels like there's something holding you back. Not holding you down, just holding you back. Because there's a difference, right? So my question is, are you holding yourself back? Or is there something that you're afraid of? Is there some kind of fear involved? And are you afraid of change? I want you to trust yourself. And I think, Tammy, we talked about this before, trusting yourself and trusting the messages and the information that you're getting. And I know that's hard sometimes for you, but if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. There's always another opportunity for you. And I know at times it feels like it's taking a long time for things to kind of calm down and sort themselves out, but it's coming, okay? It's happening, and we may not always be aware of what's happening behind the scenes, right? Sometimes things are happening. We think nothing's happening. We're like, oh my God, like, nothing has happened for days. And then all of a sudden, we wake up and everything's kind of happening. So yes, he is your strength, Tammy. I know. I understand completely. I love the way, and I have to say this, Tammy's brother comes through for her clearly all the time, and he will give her information, he gives me information to share with her that I have, Tammy's like, how do you know that? And it's like, I don't know it. Your brother's telling me. And it's just so awesome when you can get that confirmation, from your loved ones. Okay. Let's see, who else do we have? Excuse me. I want to go to Kim Oathout. I don't know if you're on here, Kim, tonight, but I got your name on the list. And so, Kim, I want to ask you, where are you, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at what she's saying, because she's saying he always makes you laugh. Kim, where are you over analyzing right now? I keep hearing like, you know, you have thought this out every which way, up, down, sideways, good, bad, ugly, whatever. Um, but it's about making a decision and sticking to it, right? So you're kind of creating the stress on yourself that where you're, you know, what should I do? Where should I go? What if this happens? What if that happens? All the things that you're tossing up in the air. Some of this stuff may never even happen, right? You want to trust your instincts, and just remember you might have to compromise a little bit to make things work, right? So maybe you know, what might the compromise be? I don't know. I keep feeling like this has to do maybe with some kind of relationship compromise. So maybe I see you on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I do something on Tuesday and Thursday. Like I feel like there's some kind of compromise that has to be made between the two of you. You know, and once you make the decision and you act on it, right? You're going to grow from this experience. And just remember that it's okay. It's okay to say, you know what, I made a mistake. Okay? Because I hate for people to feel, and I totally get it. I hate for people to feel so distressed over whether or not they're making the right decision or not, right? Because we can always backtrack a little, you know, and say, you know what, I made a mistake and I need to do something different. You would not be the first person and you will not be the last person, okay? So, hi, Jennifer. How are you, hon? It's been a day. I hear you. I've had a few moments myself today. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do, oh, yes. Yes. Let's do Colleen Marie. Colleen, I hope you're watching because I was getting so many questions. I kept hearing so many questions. So I feel like, you know, you're questioning a lot of things right now. And I know you want answers. I know you want them now. And you will get them. But sometimes the answers aren't just given to us, right? They're just not handed over to us. Sometimes we have to do a little work to understand what the answer is, right? Just like they say, you know, God may answer your prayer, but he may not answer it in the way you think. Sometimes things aren't revealed to us all at one time, right? Sometimes it's because it might be too much for us. And sometimes, you know, things aren't revealed to us because we're not ready. We're not ready to see it. Sometimes things are right in front of our face and we don't see it because we're not ready to see it. So the important thing is that you become aware, right? Become aware. Realize that a lot of the things that are going to change are for your own good. Hi, Tyrus. Yes, I'm going to get to you guys. And if we can learn a lesson without suffering, then that's a good thing. Think about that, though, right? So if I can learn a lesson without suffering, then everybody can be happy. I also want you to dig a little bit deeper because I know you already have this information, hon. I know you already have it. You just need to dig a little bit deeper and trust what you're getting. And don't be afraid to let things go that you can, you know, that you don't need any longer, that no longer serve you, so that you can evolve. Okay. I want to, let's do Magdalena. Magdalena, I hope you're on here tonight. Magdalena, I get like a heaviness for you, hon. I keep feeling like there's just all these things that are weighing heavily on you. And I feel like things have not progressed the way you wanted them to. But I don't want you to be discouraged by that because I'm getting that this is a time of learning for you. I know nobody likes to hear that, right? Like, you just want to know, when is this going to end, right? When we're going through something, we don't want to hear it's a learning experience. We want to hear, when is this going to end? And it is, Magdalena. It is going to end. But in the process, there's a lesson to be learned in this. And I think the lesson has to do with not being so open that we're trusting the wrong people. Okay, I think that's the big lesson for you, is trusting the wrong people and being, I don't want to say being led, but being guided, falsely guided into different directions. So I just want you to be more aware of that. And yeah, the answers are coming. They are coming for you. So yeah, Magdalene, I think that's, you know, if you want to reach out, we can chat about that a little bit. Okay, let's do, I don't think I did Patty Krupke. Patty Krupke. I don't know if you're on here tonight. I know sometimes Patty signs on later and she watches the replay. All right. Patty, I'm getting a little bit of toxicity around you. So I'm feeling like the job, I feel like this is work related, is becoming a little toxic for you. It's becoming a little bit too much for you. You know, you're kind of at that point where you're like, I just can't keep doing this anymore. This is just getting to be too much. Patty, I think something similar was coming up for you before like that. So I feel like this is kind of twofold in your life. I feel like that now this one situation is kind of rolled over and is starting to impact other things. I think work is probably one of the biggest factors for you right now. And I think that it's just, I keep hearing the word like a fatigue. You're just getting kind of fatigued by this whole thing and it's kind of wearing you down. Excuse me. I think making decisions, I keep hearing she needs to make a decision. So I think once you make that decision about what you're doing, have they offered you a different job? It feels like there's a chance for you to move in your position. Excuse me. But I think that if you can get yourself to that point where you can look at it objectively, that's going to help you a lot in deciding where to go from here. Okay? I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's helpful for you. Okay. We have a couple more. So guys, I just want to take a minute. I'm sorry, I have to have a sip of water. I was doing the advanced mentorship class tonight, so I went right from that into this, so kind of losing my voice. But I have to tell you, I have a really fun group in the advanced class, and if there's anybody who is interested in either the mentorship or the, well, to do the advanced, you have to have already done the mentorship. So I know some of you have done that. We would love to have you. It's a great opportunity to dig deeper into yourself, dig deeper into some of the spiritual concepts that are going on around us. What you do with it, I give you the opportunity, if you are interested, to do readings for people. I recruit people who know that they know that you are learning, so they're not expecting you to be perfect, and you get to practice on them. I think the girls who do that, if you guys want to mention anything about it, please feel free to mention it or how you feel about it. Mary and Tori, I think, is watching as well. They're both in the advanced, and they told me I tired them out tonight, that I tired their brains out. So, but that's a good thing, right? Because you're feeling challenged, and we're dealing and sorting through stuff. Okay, so that's my little blurb. I didn't take my sip of water. Okay, let's let me go to Cynthia Sorzi. Cynthia Sorzi. Okay. So, okay. Cynthia, I'm getting a lot of things being thrown at you right now, right? And this seems to be like a common thread for a lot of people tonight. And this happens sometimes, is there's like a common theme going on. And I always ask people, you know, do you guys notice that, you know, we're all kind of going through similar energies, right? But this feels like there's a lot of things being thrown at you. And, you know, you're going to be okay. And all these things are being thrown your way. They're just minor setbacks. And I don't want you to let the chaos of that, right? Especially with the holidays coming up. I don't want you to let the chaos push you further into being anxious more than you already are. So I want you to try to let things go. Nico, say hi. And if you have to, there's no reason why you have to do so much right now. It's okay to scale back a little bit, okay? So I hope that's helpful for you. Okay. No, you cannot have the paper. He loves to eat paper. I don't know what it is. Does anybody else have a puppy that loves to eat paper? Like if I have paper in my hand, he wants to rip it out of my hand and tear it up into little pieces. And oh my gosh, he's just... You too much? You too much? Okay. Let's see. I know. All right, let's do... Lisa Knapp. Lisa, I don't know if you're watching tonight, but if you are, hello. Lisa, I'm getting a feel, like there's this feel, I keep seeing like this big rock in front of me, but I feel like you're kind of chipping away at this, like little by little. And that's a good thing, right? Because even if we're just chipping away at something a little at a time, we're still making progress, right? And it's important to know that, you know, you look at all the progress, right? And you look, you kind of look back to where you were and where you are now, right? So you've gone forward. It's easy to get stuck in all the things that, you know, I still can't do. Well, I've come this far, but I still can't do this. Or I've come this far and I still can't do that. Take a moment and just be grateful and thankful for how far you've come. And that's a lesson for all of us, right? Stop looking, you know, and be like, oh my God, you know, I still can't do this, or I still can't do that, or I still don't have enough to do this. Be grateful and thankful for how far you've come. Be proud of yourself for how far you've come, right? Okay? And Lisa, I don't know if this is something surgically related, because I keep hearing there's some kind of surgery or something medical that is going on. I think it feels like really slow going, and that's kind of with the same thing with the chipping away at the stone, right? It's going to be better soon. So I just want you to keep that in mind and keep plugging forward. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. All right. We got a couple more. Okay, let's do Jen Deal. Jen, I know you said it's been a heck of a week, and I feel like I can understand that. I get some worry in there from you, though, and I also get that you really try to make a bad situation good. You try to make a lot of laughter, okay? Who is the male that comes through for you? It feels like dad. It feels like a father figure that comes through for you. Yeah, he's talking about something about the food, and I'm not sure if it has to do with the Thanksgiving that's coming up, but he's talking about like non-traditional foods. And then, but I also get another male that comes through who keeps saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He talks about not being around as much as he should have, and that there was a distance between you at some point. And when they talk about distance, sometimes it's physical and sometimes it's actual distance. It feels like it was kind of like a combination of being pushed away, and then the physical distance happened, the actual physical distance. But he talks about having to figure things out. I had to figure some things out for myself. And as great as your advice was, it just didn't resonate with him. Okay, so I hope you understand that, and I hope that makes sense to you. And Jen, I know you'll let me know, because I know you'll let me know. So Tyrus, I was getting yeah, you've been kind of questioning, like, you know, is it okay for me to get into this mode? So my question is, what is this mode that you're questioning getting into? Because, you know, is it the holiday mode? Is it, you know, like, what is it? Why are you hesitant to celebrate? That's what it feels like. I'm hesitant to celebrate. And it's like there's been a struggle for you, but I feel like there's also been not a significant loss, but some kind of a loss that makes you feel guilty for wanting to celebrate the holidays. And, you know, you have to remember that, and I'm not sure if this is because you're grieving somebody or a situation, but you know, it's okay to grieve and kind of let that go. And it's okay to remain positive and do positive things. Celebrate the holidays. You know, make it comfortable for yourself. Do it in the level that you're comfortable with. Maybe you don't have to have a big spread. Maybe you just have a little celebration with a few people. Whatever is comfortable for you. So Tyrus, I really want to understand this message. That's what I'm getting for you, but I know you and Jen are really great at like sorting it out with me. So if you guys want to sort this one out, feel free to message me. Okay. Did I do Patricia Cronenberg? I don't think I did. Patricia, I hope you're watching. I think you are. So Patricia, I felt like for you that I had to say that I was feeling like the walls were closing in. So I feel like, you know, it only happens when certain people are around. So I feel like maybe there was this feeling of, I keep hearing oppression, and that may not be a good word, but I just feel like there's been this uncomfortable feeling for you, like feeling like, okay, it's this feeling of it's getting closer to me. Okay, so Patricia's agreeing with me. She knows, okay, so you understand what I'm talking about. Okay, as long as you understand, but that's the feeling I'm getting. And I think that there's a lot of things you wish you could change, but you can't change people. So all you can do is control yourself, okay? And just make sure that you're making the decisions that are right for you, okay? And I'm sending you much love and hugs, and I hope that you're feeling really good, Patricia. Okay, and then I have James Rang. So are you watching? So James, I know we talked a little bit earlier because you recently lost a friend that we both had gone to school with. So yeah, he's definitely been around you, and I know that you did some things to honor him. But he's okay. He's okay where he is now. And, you know, he talks about seeing the bigger picture of where, you know, the bigger picture of things that had happened, because apparently from what he says, there was something that kind of pushed you two apart. Okay? And he says that it's always those things that he regrets. He regrets those things. So hopefully you understand what that means. Also, I keep hearing for you that there's this feeling for you of being kind of trapped where you are. And this isn't negative. This isn't about anybody in particular. I'm just saying, like, in life in general, feeling of being kind of trapped. You need to stop focusing on that and start focusing on, yes, I'm here, but I'm trying to move forward to get over here. So don't focus so much on here as where you want to be, and then just keep taking steps to get over there. It can feel overwhelming. I know it can feel overwhelming. But I think when you take a few steps, that feeling of being overwhelmed is going to go away slowly. I think that makes sense for you. And just trust that the clearer you get in your mind about what you want and where you want to go, it's going to fall into place more easily. Okay? So guys, if you have any questions, if you've been read tonight and you want to ask me any questions about it, because I know we just do the quick down and dirty version here. We just, you know, kind of get the information out there, but there's always stuff to sort out. Feel free to message me if you guys decide you want to have a reading and really get into depth with this stuff. Just reach out. If you're watching tonight, you get the special, because my normal rate is $65 and up, depending on different factors. So if you mention tonight, you get it for $40 for the hour. I'm going to be at a great location December 1st. I'm going to be at Willow in East Hampton. I believe we added an hour, so because we booked up very quickly. So we added an hour between 4 and 5 if anybody's local to Middletown. This is going to be in East Hampton. $20 for a 15-minute reading. You can check out all the great items in her shop, and I'll have some little surprises there too for people who are coming. And I think that's it for tonight. But leave your comments, leave your questions. I'm gonna hopefully do another live next week, and just take care of yourself, guys, okay? And God bless you all, and Nico sends his love. Good night.